While I'm starting up, I should probably already have checked that my controller is supported, because I'm using a weird one. Oh, this looks actually 100%. So, what we are doing today... oh. Oh, that's strange. I don't have LB and RT. Okay. Pause menu on RT? Oh, that pause menu. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. I'm using one of these awful guys, and I've got a couple other controllers on deck, but I kind of thought this would be fine. Alright, it has been over 6 months since I streamed. I was playing so much Pokemon. So much Pokemon. Yeah, I think we are good to go. Let me do a little volume check here for a sec. Yeah, okay. Did it the sloppy way, because it's easiest. Alright, this is kind of cray-cray. Let me connected. Okay, super. Great. I wonder if that's going to be a thing, because sometimes that's a thing for me, sometimes not. Okay. My very first Twitch streams ever, including my first, where I literally had like a non-gaming suited laptop sitting on my lap that I was talking to in, I guess it was 2016, was this one where I went to the Game FAQ's Final Fantasy 1 board that I've often enjoyed in the past, although that site's died a lot in the last 10 years, and sourced aspects of gameplay to ban from Final Fantasy 1. So I'm doing the same thing now, but with Final Fantasy 6. I even did it on Game FAQs. Some of these people know, a lot of them I don't. And then a couple people who I know from other means banned a couple things. Like one of my kids banned something because he likes Final Fantasy 6. So we're going to see how this goes. It does seem like my internet connection's being a little temperamental. We're also going to see how it goes from a gameplay point of view, because this is... It is fully possible that this is going to suck. Fully possible. Thankfully, nobody banned watching the intro. Should I skip the intro? Do we like the intro? This is my first time playing FF6 Pixel Remaster, although my son who banned things, he knows Final Fantasy VI pretty well. He's been playing FF6 Rando on emulated Super Nintendo, but he did play Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster on Switch. So I'm not going to have any surprises, I don't think. Like, I've seen Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster before. I know about any, I don't know, editorial choices that exist. There's really nothing that's going to surprise anyone, I don't think. But I am going to play with a long list of bans from mostly the Game FAQs community and a few other people. I was kind of expecting and intending to do one per person, but Wagner, who might be the Wagner, submitted 3 of them, or Wagner. Boldrin, I think, submitted a couple. Boldrin, who is quite a riddler. I've go in and out of the riddle topics for several Final Fantasy games, and I do enjoy Boldrin's riddles. So there's a couple from a couple of people, and my friend outside of internet gaming communities who goes by Outlaw is in there, or Outlaw Forwa as I call him. He just banned Phoenix Down, and it's like, that's such a straightforward thing, but it does add some interest, so I thought that was pretty good. So is this going to be hard? I think, based on this list, there will be things that are annoying, but I think it's 100% viable as a playthrough. I will say, a lot of these rules have de-incentivized the use of a lot of characters, especially the early game characters, you know? Setzer, Realm, and Strago are barely affected at all, but every character through the 3 scenarios, other than Locke, has some kind of rule that just makes them awkward or challenging to use. So, yeah. Is it... like, we like the snowfield, but should I skip the snowfield? Y'all could go watch this anywhere, right? Go pop the game on. I'm gonna skip it. Okay, my controller is kind of working for this. The back row is banned. Okay. Why? Oh. Okay, some of these controls I don't love. Yes. Yes, this will do. Okay. That feels like SNES, you know? I am not allowed equipment in my right hand. I guess you don't need a weapon when you're in Magitech armor. Is there anything else that I could be violating literally right now? Everyone's in the front row. You know, I was thinking about the status buff and debuff one. I was thinking, what happens if Sabin uses a Poison Claw and it procs the poison spell? And I think that should be fine. So each of these things in my little tracking app has an elaboration and explanation section. And I think I'm probably, you know, covered for that under this clause. I wanted it to be like if bar showed up on Setzer's slots and something cast Shell on me because Zone Seek showed up, that it wouldn't invalidate the playthrough, you know? All right. Oh, I have to not press up in battle. That one came from one of my kids. It's a little ridiculous. Not press up. Not press up. It's so easy to press up. What if I pick Healing Force? Down, down, down. Okay, it lets me scroll back to the top. I think I'll be okay not pressing up. But outside of battle, I can press up. I added the thing about repenting, just because I didn't want to be stuck in a case where battle was impossible. No one did, like, an elemental ban. No one did a ban based on colors or letters of the alphabet or anything that... Well, actually, one is based on letters of the alphabet, but I think it'll be okay. Like, I already don't really want to use Gao. I'm normally a relative Gao fan. Okay, I can press right. I haven't pressed up yet. Strictly speaking, everyone was informed that it was, you know, Pixel Remaster. No one commented on boosts. I think boosts are technically in play, thus. But I'm going to try not to. Going to try to keep it pure. But if something gets stupidly grindy, then there's no reason I can't do boosts. Right down. I'm doing an abundance of caution on the healing, but it's fine. Ooh, look at that run speed. I didn't target anything, so there was no chance of me pushing up. The funny one is Knight banned not using Sword Tech / Bushido. They wrote Sword Tech, but technically the command is called Bushido now, so I wrote it out for clarity's sake. And so that's forcing me to use Cyan whenever possible, and I think that's kind of awesome. Okay, can't inflict status issues. This thing just lapsed my camera, but it looks like everything's going okay. A little paranoid. I've had a few bad streams. When I was doing the Final Fantasy 1 Monster Party, I had a colossal mess of my streams where everything used to work great. I don't know. I did a little bit of testing before this just to make sure things were going to work, and the only thing that I think is unsteady is the stability of my internet connection itself. Or maybe it's, you know, on Twitch's end. I'm not a full-time streamer. Saving is allowed. I am not going to accept it if someone says they're banning saving. I'm not going to be okay with that. Do I want to gain a level here? Is that going to be helpful? It's going to affect the Moogles. And, like, I need Terra and Locke to be somewhat survivable in a suboptimal state. I don't think it would be absurd to do an extra level here that I might not normally. Next level in 74. Terra is never allowed to use her own natural magic, meaning her magic command is basically banned until after Zozo. That is going to be a real headache to keep track of, I think. I might need it, like, written out. Knowing what spells Terra's allowed to use and not. Again, it felt like a lot of the bans were... Like, to some extent, they do make the gameplay more interesting, and I don't mean to be critical of that, because that's what I wanted here. I didn't want egregious challenge, I wanted, this is a new way to play this game, and that's kind of weird and fun. But certain characters are going to be just annoying to use. Sabin is really funny. Because I have no up button in battle, and because I can't use blitzes that scale off of magic, his only blitzes are Pummel and Mantra. All of them have been banned except Pummel and Mantra. You can't really ban Pummel, not 100% anyway. It'd be kind of funny if someone did something that banned Mantra. Sabin would just be sitting around like an idiot. Some characters probably will be. Should I gain 2 levels? Is that... Like, I don't want this to turn into an awful grindy mess. But I need to be able to win. Okay. How much experience is it? 271. More than half again what she has. I don't think we're going to do that. Okay, can't push up. I almost pushed up. I'm being really mindful of every direction I push right now. If I do auto battle, do the ATB bars fill faster? There's at least one game I played where that happened. A nice saxophone. My room's got a really weird setup right now with a couch in the middle of it and a folding table behind that. And that's from when me and the kids were playing randomizers because we were playing LAN party style with 4 computers in the same room. It was really fun. Generally... Oh, I was going to say 3 tech missiles kills this guy. But I guess it's less than that with a couple extra attacks. Probably because I'm level 4? I don't know. No items are banned, I don't think. Oh, Phoenix down. Something's not quite right. There's a lot more ice out of battle, eh? Been a long time since I've done Final Fantasy VI stuff on my stream or effectively for my blog, besides the randomizer stuff, which I only just posted. Not randomizer, Archipelago, which is randomizer. That looks a lot better in this version. I did the classic Jobs version of Final Fantasy VI a long time ago. Oops, I meant to go to the clock. Can I do that later? Look what I found behind this corner. It's where I put my slave crowns. I am very surprised my kid didn't ban default names, because he loves dumb names. That didn't seem to be mapped to the controller by default somehow. But maybe that's just the nature of this controller. It is rather off-brand. Empire, Magitech armor. I got an achievement. Okay. So, think we're gonna run from fights. Nobody banned running. They did ban magic, and they did ban the right hand. So... Okay. Thankfully, the buttons for that were mapped. These turn into treasures later, I think. Oh, that's a piece of trash. Opinions are going to be mixed on this, but I like the sprite work in Pixel Remaster a lot. I did not like the smooth Steam version. Ban option on Moogles. Right. Yeah, so when Monado Guy 25 suggested banning Moogles, it was interesting. I was like, that sounds awful to have to solo the Protect Terra sequence with Locke. It's going to mean grinding at the start of the game with Terra to get Locke's level averaged upwards. I don't even... There's something up with the level averaging in this version of the game, right? So I didn't know how I was going to do that, but Monado Guy was pretty accommodating in that front and actually said, like, it's okay if that's optional for the sake of the Moogle battle. He says, my goal was really to ban Mog, which also bans Moogle Charm rushing every dungeon in the second half of the game, ban Zumero. It does kind of a lot. So it's not going to affect anything right now. How dare you? La 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 la. Girl. There are as many girls in Narsha as there are grains of sand in the desert. It's funny because there's, like, if you actually count women in the world in this game, it's quite a small number. Unless you count the dancers in Zozo or whatever. Okay, okay. No one in the back row. That's all fine. Okay. Now, this is going to get weird, but I think I need to rush with Locke. These guys seem way slower than usual. Is that a thing? Well, I don't know how long that might have gone out for, but I guess it's back. This shows it didn't drop. I don't know. Okay. Acceptable losses. That flail is nice and strong. Wow, Locke's really fast compared to them. I have to say, I don't love that Moogle just used their left hand, but I had no control over it, so I'm going to be okay with it. Alright. Yeah, if you see some minor cuts in the stream, it's probably a drop that's gonna get... I'm gonna probably cut it into a video if there's a lot of drops. But we're gonna hope for few drops. That went fine. That went about as good as it possibly could. Although I might have fully missed a rage? I don't know. It's not like I'm playing for 100% here. That would be something else to say I'm trying to play for 100%. Okay, no back row. I guess. No back row, no magic command. It's great. There's nothing that forbids me from using tools, but it does forbid me from using Bioblaster and Noise Blaster. So, auto crossbow fully in play. I left a present for you in the treasure chest. Is there some kind of glitch I can do with that? Let me leave that for now. I frankly don't know what's useful and isn't, so I'm going to get the things. Okay. These leafers and friends, I can fight. I don't have a shield, so my damage will probably be a little higher than usual. The desert enemies, I'm probably just going to run from. And I think Edgar's going to save me from a lot of problems with auto crossbow. Even though he does have to wear no armor in the front row. I didn't really... I wonder, did those people who gave me the bands do that on purpose? Edgar wearing no armor in the front row using auto crossbow? Right now I'm in the back row, and I don't know... I'm just gonna run. I don't... Like, it's not a rule violation, but is it a rule violation to switch during a back attack? I might need Wagner to tell me about that. Okay, I don't think I violated any bans. Okay. Oh, it's you. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I'm getting... I think I'm a little bit conditioned to pick up everything from casual play, but a little bit from randomizers. You kind of never know when you go to a place like Figaro Castle if you're going to find, like, a Ragnarok or something crazy like that. Something unusual like that. Unusual in a positive way. I'm King Naked. Maybe I should change his name to help me remember, but I think I won't. For clarity's sake. What's with you? And his brother, Pummel exclusive. Life sure is busy being a king. Kafka, no doubt. I hope the sound is picking up this new version of the soundtrack. Oh, just a little. Quiet background sound. Give it just a little more. They had a bit of a stutter in their walking. Or at least it looks that way to me. He can keep a shield in his left hand because he's way better off using tools than a weapon. I should also put cursor memory on. Probably keep the run speed on, too. Yes. It was a lot more fun how they talked in the Woolsey translation. Sucker. Oh. Aw. He got the best of me. How indeed, Tara. How many times in history has this been useful? Boy, the bands don't really come into play that much in the long story scenes, huh? I can't skip this either. Okay, Naked Edgar, we're in a back attack. What are we gonna do? That does mean he's in the back row, but I guess that's gonna have to be fine. Oh, I should have stolen. Yes. Wait, isn't a potion a second level healing item? I can defend. Defending isn't against the rules. I didn't press up. Oh, it's their drop, not their steal. I was thinking, like, getting second level curative items is important. Especially with Terra not having access to her cure spell. Or that was the thinking. Nothing banned item casting. Oh, wait, did it? No. So I could use Thunder Rod later if I needed to. That felt really strange. This is my compulsion. I did minimize the use of Moogles by rushing the Marshal and using Locke's team, right? So let's say that was okay. Nothing else has mattered yet. Everything is super great. Super great. Ugh. I may want a level or two here while I can, easily auto crossbow everything. Does level averaging exist? Like, what I realized, and I thought about this while I was fighting those Magitech armor, is I won't be able to cast Cure with Terra. Wow. Okay, Terra's not terribly far from leveling. Terribly. That's probably why she's named that, right? I'm glad that nobody banned things that are, like, leveling. Just because there's always a chance that I could be in a situation where it's, like, completely critical that I need to gain a couple levels to do something. And, especially in conjunction with other bans, it's going to be hard to predict what that line is. It could be something, you know, egregious, like beat the game below level 50, which I think even with the rules is probably possible. Okay. Boy, the sound effects on the auto crossbow seem different than I would expect. La 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 la. Depending on the time this takes and how often I'm able to play it, I might legitimately consider going backwards through the series and doing like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because I also wanted to play Pixel Remasters of 2 and 4, which I haven't yet. I did a couple of Final Fantasy 2 things in the last couple of years, but none were on Pixel Remaster. So... okay. Yeah, in terms of not having access to the Cure spell, I guess it means depending on a lot of curative items. Which is funny, because I don't, in regular gameplay, buy very many consumables at all in this game. It is nice having Lock Steel on auto battle right now, I'll say that. A remedy? Golly. I'm not allowed to cure status ailments, though. These dishes. These were Sabin's dishes. And this was Sabin's window. Sabin's carpet. Sabin's boxes. Sabin? Do we say Sabin? I don't know. So these are the Fae. Can't do much with that. I guess I can heal them outside of battle. Which, the person who posted that, King Bob, which is funny. I know a King Bob, but it's probably not the same King Bob. Oh. Anyway, King Bob. We didn't clarify whether they meant like in battle or out of towns or what. So it's very, very open-ended. But I thought that saying in battle was enough. Early Figaro raid. Get me some relics that don't boost my stats. That one boosts my stats. That one does not. That one applies a status, but I decided that out of battle status application shouldn't be considered a bad thing. So a little bit of this is, you know, my own intuition as to what people meant. And it might seem in some cases like I was taking the easy route. That's not entirely wrong. It's more like I want the gameplay to be a little interesting and not suck. Which I'm okay with that. I guess. Okay. Phoenix Downs are trash. Hyper Risk is trash. Do we care about armor? Like, I don't know if shields are actually useful or not. May as well have good hats since Edgar's not going to wear clothes. Whatever. Everybody be dressed wonderfully. You'll be happy. Yeah, it'll be so good. Yeah, hat and shield. And sandals. Otherwise it'd be weird. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All fine. Super good. Great. Great and good. Okay. Wonder if that'll be useful. Terra can't cast the warp spell. I think that's natural magic for her. Not a searchable clock. Do I want to buy some healing items? Can't heal status in battle. But it could be helpful out of battle. I don't know what I'm gonna need. I stole a pretty good number of potions, really. Should I relic shop? It would have been funny to tack this onto the Edgar thing. Someone using the Knight's Code at all times. Is any of this actually useful? I mean, maybe this is. I would normally never buy those things. It is making me want to buy those things. So, like... That's fine. They don't increase any stats. if those two are going to be attacking with normal attacks, I may as well have them not poisoned and not missing. Right? Right. Someone tell me right. I think there might be an option for original music, and I think when my son was playing this game and I was kind of hanging out with him while he did, I think he used all the original music instead. So. These guys are bulky. Maybe I should have got more potions. Mangosh. This does not violate any rules. I wonder if I pressed up. I don't think I pressed up. I've mostly been pressing Y in battle lately. Okay, Phoenix Downs are banned. Don't die. That is interesting because that's a large damage bonus to auto crossbow. Okay, don't die. Yes, yes. This is what we want to see. Maybe I should have lock attacking. Whoa, the shielding. Considering we all only have one hand of equipment on, it's surprising seeing that kind of dodging. Whatever. This is a tent. I like the flute part in this, or piccolo, I think. These guys can petrify. That would be pretty annoying, but I don't think that's going to come into play. Not with this kind of crossbow action. Whoa. Game just went crazy for a second, but I think everything's still working. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into 1 to 2 more fights. Then we're going to tent and save. Then we're going to go to Vargas. And that's because Edgar's close to gaining a level. And there's a really good chance it's going to add considerably to the effectiveness of auto crossbow, both because of how level factors into damage calculations, but also because it's kind of amplified by the use of the Gygas Glove. Level 10. That's pretty high for this point in the game. Like I said, I don't want to over level, and normally I play this game on very low levels, but you know, I'm trying to do what's suitable for this vision of the gameplay. Okay. Oh. Well, I did say I can cure poison outside battle. Because I never really got a clarification from King Bob. I'm going to call it okay. This part would be really actually kind of hard without it, because poison ticks in this game, outside of battle, do quite a bit of damage, actually. Don't remember that going that way. No poison, no poison, no poison. And if I was... Okay, we don't have a whole lot of options here. We're going to basically just end up doing exactly what we were doing before, although if we start to get hurt, we can throw potions. That's kind of dumb, because every potion is basically curing one physical attack that already landed. Not a great use of our time and resources, but whatever. Okay. I hope I haven't been pressing up. Did I press up? I might have pressed up. I better do nothing for 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, good. I have a counter on screen now. I was thinking about that. I think when I used the tonics on Locke, I might have been pressing up each time. Was I? I might have ruined things a little. Doesn't this version of the game, like I can't go into the item menu and unequip Sabin right now. there's a conflict between two of the rules in not using the right hand and whatever. Okay. Right, the new blitz input thingy. Golly. Okay. Yeah, we all know the FAQ about the blitz guide. Okay. Why did they make this more complicated? Holy crap. The fact that they actually give you the tutorial twice is kind of silly. In the original game, they gave you no instruction. Even the manual was fairly unclear. Although, really, if you read the manual, you knew how to do it. Yeah, I think I may have kind of violated the press up rule without thinking about it, which is funny because you saw me being conscious of it in the early game. I did wait 10 seconds. I don't know if that was a cheesy way to do it. But again, I might have been most hesitant about the pressing up button ban, besides the fact that my kid was the one that submitted it, because... Gross. Because it isn't interesting in terms of gameplay, you know? Highest HP at the top, like FF1. Honestly, I think if the pressing up thing is just banning the blitzes that use up, the summons at the top of the magic menu, and the item access at the top of the item menu, I think that's plenty, you know? So maybe I should just be taking that at face value. Because it doesn't change anything otherwise. Let's get that level for Locke. Did we get it? It's like a tiny, tiny bit more. Whether I get the Genji Glove or the Gauntlet is quite irrelevant. Yoink. And the back row one has an express feel free to ignore this for Bannon. So Phoenix down, more like crap down. Normally it's not crap down. In this case, though, it is kind of crap down. Can't use the white cape because it gives a stat boost. It was cherry paper. Oh, we can buy high potions here? That's probably unusually important. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of them. Oh my. Oh, you know what? You can also have my... my white cape. You can have my phoenix down. You can probably have my air knife, but whatever. Okay. Where's Bannon resting? Where's Bannon's Betty Bye? I would like to see the piece of paper scene, since Genji Glove and Gauntlet are both useless to me. So I'm going to just agree to Bannon's idea. And the reason I can't use Genji Glove or Gauntlet is they both give you a +5 to defense. And that means that they both count as any relic that gives a stat boost. And I went through and looked at all the relics that give stat boosts. They're all listed there. It's kind of funny because Berserker Ring and Blizzard Orb are among them, and I can't get Doom Arrow, so those are irrelevant, but yeah. That's funny. Sabin is one of those I'm just here for fun type characters, huh? Sabin. A pantsless young king. Pantsless because of the first ban. We've no time to dilly-dally. Ne dilly-dally pa. Okay, so Bannon is in the back row. I can't re-equip him, so he's going to have to be okay with that. I think Sabin's better off with... I mean, sure. Yeah, this is all fine. No. That was an accident. Okay. I can go ahead and sell the gauntlet. Which normally you do not want to do, to be clear. Gauntlet and Genji Glove are usually things you really, really want to keep. Does it not let me sell the gauntlet? Oh. Where? Oh, here. Okay. Oh my god, 1 gil. I haven't been doing screenshots, but this is a good time for a screenshot. Yes, good time for a screenshot. Did that work? Where's the screenshot? I'm gonna check if that works. It's funny because I haven't been screenshotting, but I just straight up used print screen that time, and I think I did it right. Yes. Okay. There we go. Easy screenshots. Ooh. That was me accidentally confirming selling the gauntlet for 1 gil. I mean, I feel a little ripped off, but it's better that I do it so I don't break a rule. The animations are a little faster with fast forward on. That's nice. Yeah, it looks like I got another drop in the stream, so there's going to be a little bit of splice in the eventual video of this, but that's okay. Well, this part's all pretty straightforward. Everyone's a little more vulnerable than usual. But Banon's healing. Banon's in the back row. Sabin can technically blitz as long as it's pummel. Terra's not going to use magic, but who cares? I think things are just cool at the moment. We got our pantsless wonder here, and you know, thankfully at least he's one-handed, so that's not that bad. But Terra, for the most part, has just been keeping. I don't know if maybe she might be better off without even having a sword. Because she can't contribute super meaningfully either way. I think I might just have her shield. Leave all the damage up to the Figaros. The pantsless wonder and his brother. The blitzless wonder. Do I want to do an extra lap? could get Ban at an extra level. I think I'll do one extra lap. Wait, up. Yeah, I like the slightly sped up animations of the auto battle. Just pragmatically. Not that I don't like pretty battle animations, but I think I've seen them enough. Okay, Bannon gained a level, Sabin gained a level, we like that. Is there any merit in doing another round of this? Probably not. We've got perfectly fine damage for Ultros. Do, 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 do. So it was very recently I played through Randomizer of FF6 with my son in Archipelago. Oh, that's nice. That's funny that they added that in, isn't it? And I remember having to do this part, and it felt dumb because there's no treasure whatsoever. And it's kind of long. I didn't like doing this check, but I did. I think it's because I started with Terra, and it was really silly because I ended up doing all the actual Ultros fights. And by that I mean, no matter what checks I did, Ultros was there. Like I think it was 4 of my first 6 checks had an Ultros battle. And then you just don't see Ultros the rest of the game. It was very peculiar. But fun. It was fine. I think we're going to do this whole battle on auto battle. Because, I mean, we're either doing it or not. There's very little I have to input on this. I guess I could throw out a high potion. But Terra can't natural magic. You know, swapping Edgar's relics onto Sabin would probably have been a wise idea. But that's okay. I think we win. You know, when I was a kid, and I was a kid, playing this when it was new, I found Ultros 1 hard. I don't know what it was that made this feel hard to me, but... Ugh, gross. Little curse now. Is there any order to the scenarios that could make sense? Whatever, we'll try. Oops, I pressed up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think I'm going to change the press up rule and just make it more explicitly things you can only do by pressing up. Because just menuing and stuff, it's really hard to keep a control on. Even though I was doing it very consciously at first, I've probably lapsed on it more than once without realizing it. So I don't love that. I think I'll give that a switch. And it's funny because I do want to re-equip Terra, and I'm stuck right now. So as long as we have Bannon, I want her to be able to deal minor damage. Do we want to see Bannon ride a Chocobo? It really doesn't matter. But he can in this version of the game. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Should I fight the security checkpoint purposefully, hoping for the interesting but not that useful rages that it provides? I don't think I'm going to be doing any rage hunting. Oh, I got the good one. And by good one, I mean bad one. It looks like I'm back up. Frustrating. Anyway, I got that crazy formation here, the unusual one. And I was thinking of getting it just, to have it. Wondering if it could provide any utility in terms of Gao's Rage list. You're all banned! Hey, man. That's a really good use for Terra's magic points. The Runeblade might be quite legitimately useful in this run, when I think about it. I'm gonna fix up this particular rule, because I don't like it. I don't mind banning pressing up in the menus, but I do mind up for targeting, because it's just so natural to want to press the direction that you're going. and it doesn't do anything interesting in terms of gameplay. So, I'm gonna give that a fix. I could hotfix that too. Mm-hmm. Let's get a B-Day suit. I pressed up. I'm gonna waste 10 seconds starting at the 2:56 mark of the current downtime stream. Downtime-based stream. Yeah, whatever. We'll tweak it. Defeat birthday suit. Whatever. Do it the relatively fast way. Hey, is it crashing every time I take a screenshot? Is that what's happening? Let's see. Felt like that was what was happening in terms of the timing. Merchant, right? You may proceed. I always thought that child was, like, really stiltedly formal. Secret entrance. It is cool. I already checked these. This place is quiet. It's general, no magic. And soupin. Doesn't really make that much sense with it, the beating. That thing has a big hole there. Has that always been there? Felt like when I walked into that passage, it didn't have something showing that the passage was there. Stealing is wrong. More soupin. And some bread, too. Okay, Celis, let's... Man. Having some bad luck with stream going down, but we'll keep going a little bit. I think I will draw a line at a certain level of kind of frustration. Not sure what that line is. Oh, they made that. Oh. I don't think I knew that that one was there. This area is going to be hard. No magic. No shields. We don't really have a good way to do this. I think we're going to run from everything. Don't die, you idiot. Jeez. I don't think we can do this very well. Alright. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Okay, that's a little better. Sure. Run, runner, you'll be well done. It's kind of funny that they get the drop on us, but all their damage is halved. That's not particularly useful. Get our early ribbon. Which this doesn't break any rules, right? Run, 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 run. Oh, one of my dogs is barking upstairs. You ever notice dogs bark the same rhythm? Our dog has a distinctive bark. My sister used to say one of her dogs barked Eye of the Tiger every time they got barking. Bark, 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 grrr. But my dog's is It's like quarter note, rest, rest, quarter note, rest, rest. And then there's like 16th notes, 60 notes. Woof, 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 woof. I guess that's not that many 16th notes. What's it matter to you anyway? Okay, if this squad wanted to... What is happening? Whoa. Game went weird. Okay. Wanted to level up, this would kind of be the time and place because we got a free heal. These enemies are also a little on the easier side, but they're also very low experience. The game's balanced quite... The noise of the animals upstairs has... might be a little on the concerning side. Y'all wait here. So, we have dogs and cats. Right now, I stopped the cats from getting into this room because my family recently got a new cat, and what's a nice way to say that cat's a jerk? The cat likes walking on keyboards a lot. Oh yeah, I didn't take Celis's shield only setup off. That would probably be an asset. Anyway, I very much thought it was possible, based on the noise, that the dogs and cats were in contact with each other. They're fairly separated in our house, right? Especially when we're not monitoring anything. But I just couldn't put it out of my mind that somehow dogs were chasing cats. historically that doesn't go well in my house. So no one's been seriously hurt, but it's not good for anyone. I didn't think there was a way it could have happened, but yeah. I'll get this crap out of here. This is agonizingly slow. How am I going to do the Kefka Nurse battle? I think Edgar's going to be key. I think it's going to be a lot of high damage characters in the same party raiding everything. I'm not going to have a way to heal. Gross. Okay. I think we'll just use the Thunder Rod and get through the friggin' scenario. Otherwise, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So we will run from everything in the South Figaro Cave. And we'll collect every treasure. Excellent. I used to really like the Gold Bear Rage. Just from my own kind of experimentation as a kid, I was like, this is pretty potent, this gouge attack. But then I learned about Stray Cat, and Stray Cat is better. Yeah, speaking of cat, yeah, we have this, you may have seen, you know, the cats have appeared in the background of my streams in the past, but every cat door into this room, I have the ability to shut if I have to keep a cat out. And the new cat is, like, quite attention-seeking and really wants to run on the keyboards. And I don't love that, so... Thunder Rod. There is nothing that stops me from item casting. I don't know if more bands might get added for this playthrough. I don't really want many more. This is enough to manage just cognitively. In fact, a little more than cognitively, which is why I wanted to make a reference list. This is weird, but I'm going to pop the earrings onto Celes just to make the Thunder Rod a little stronger. It's Tunnel Armor! Tunnelarmr. I could fight it the normal way. Should I fight it the normal way? What if the idiot doesn't cast any magic? My dodge rate is kind of absurd right now, actually. Wow, okay. Easy win. That was a bit of a surprising one. To me. Still the Thunder Rod. We have a funny rule for Shadow. Boldrin bans Shadow not living out his dream of being a life coach starring on Hoarders. Any turn that Shadow has while in your party and there are excess weapons not currently equipped on somebody in your inventory, loose ninja stars or skeins, Shadow must let her rip. That's also interesting because I can't set status on myself, so I can never carry invisibility or blink schemes. In my mind, the easiest way to not chuck weapons that I might need for the Narshe battle is keep a really good stock of shurikens, which probably isn't in the spirit of Boldrin's ban, but it does mean that I have a very specific set of things that Shadow can do. And I think that's okay. So we'll just get a lot of these. We'll never buy these. We probably want a lot more of these. A few more tents. Hats, I'm sure we're fine. Do I have any contraband items right now? Phoenix down. Stat boosting relics? No. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. We're going to strip you. Give Sabin the good stuff. Give you the leftovers. Remove your right-handed item. Give you a buckler, because you're never going to attack with a weapon. You may also wear a plumed hat. And I think if Shadow runs away, I'm going to take it at face value. I'm just going to let it go. We're not going to, like, save scum for Shadow or anything. I mean, shurikens are great, but... It'll be really funny now if he runs in the first battle. I don't think he can run in a back attack, though, can he? Okay, Sabin can pummel. Shadow can throw. And that, as they say, is that. Good damage. I see no particular reason to screw around here. Got the black belt. Speaking of no saves coming. Woo. Not much to say again during all the story stuff like in Figaro. I've been wanting to play what is it called? Divergent Paths, the Final Fantasy VI ROM hack that, like, kind of... It started with a vision of balancing the scenarios in a way that I thought was interesting, but it did some other stuff, too, in the end. That's inhuman. Kefka, wait. Do I look like a waiter? They needed a thing where Shadow looks at the screen and does the Mystic Quest guy thing. Are we going to be able to beat this? Oh, does that count as a dog counter? Like, in a way, that's a dog counter. I can't... If he ever Interceptor counters... He did counter, but it didn't take place. Seeing especially as I have no means by which to kill Shadow, I'm going to say that couldn't count because the dog didn't appear on the screen. I hope everyone's going to be at peace with that, because that's the way it has to be. Okay, Mithril Glove is banned. Can't use Mithril Glove. Green Beret, pretty useful, actually. May as well. Wait, may as not as well. May not as well. He has no weapon on. I'll put it on Cyan when he comes. I'm not going to put it on Shadow in case Shadow leaves. There's another item over here that I think is also banned. Yeah. It's obscure. A lot of people don't know about that one, I think. Oh, I forgot to heal. Uh-oh. Kill Shadow in the next fight. Okay. Phoenix Down is banned. Why did I just heal Shadow? That was dumb. Okay, can I... I want to talk to that soldier. Okay, well, we gotta kill Shadow. Perfect. I think this is what we wanted, right? I find myself thankful for that Green Beret. Okay. Wee-hee-hee. Do, 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 do. I always found this funny part because the kind of urgency music plays, and in the normal game, Cyan would be coming in without any opportunity for you to go in sprint shoes, not shrink shoes. And thus he would walk incredibly slowly. Should I go get the remedy that's down here that I may or may not be able to use? Oh, this guy wanted the remedy. Shadow's dead. Okay. Great. And Cyan may or may not be using... Oh, I need to check his hands. I didn't do that actually before, did I? Maybe I did. Well, I'm sure it's fine. He's on autopilot right now regardless. Oh, that's weird. How strange. That's weird, right? I didn't... He was at 0. This is going to be such a weird team for a short bit, because according to my bans, I was going to say rules, I guess bans are rules, Cyan can only sword tech and Shadow can only throw, really. Shadow can not throw in the event that there's not things to throw. Cyan's going to need to keep a sword on, because you need that to enable sword tech. So I'll give him the black belt, and that'll make a certain amount of sense. Does that line make sense? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so de-equip the right hand, give him a sword in the left hand, give him a black belt. Okay. That's as good as things are going to get for Cyan for a bit. That's fine. He's gonna... Yeah, okay. We have Heal Force. That's kind of nice. Oh. Well... I mean... I think these two maybe need to defend. As strange as it sounds. Shadow can't throw, Cyan can't sword tech, but they can't do things that aren't throwing sword tech, right? I kind of forgot about that. I pressed up. I don't care. I'm gonna change the nature of the press up rule. When the cursor is on memory, and you're in the Magitech menu, you can't go from Healing Force to the other ones by cycling the menu. I need to kill Shadow in the next battle, but it's fully impossible other than letting enemies wear him down. I can let enemies wear him down. I guess I will. But if this guy keeps attacking Cyan... he's going to keep getting Black Belt countered. Okay, I think we're just going to apply some common sense to this and say it is not within the realm of reason nor interesting gameplay to let Shadow die in a Magitech battle. And in any reasonable situation, I'd be fine with it. Whatever. Okay. Imagine a dog taking a hit for a giant magic armor. Having to kill Shadow when Phoenix Downs are banned, that is something else. The dog is still blocking. No, not attack the grasshoppers, attack Shadow. Killing my own team is hard. Seven. Okay. Every reasonable effort is being made to kill Shadow. It doesn't matter because there's a healing spring right here. We're all just going to be cool. We're all cool. Okay? Everybody's cool. Kill Shadow now? Here. Enjoy. Have a nap. I also had Cyan. Well, he was Berserk, so... Okay. Yeah, the enemies here are super low experience, which I can only reason is a matter of balancing the experience gains in Sabin's much, much longer scenario of the three scenarios. Phoenix Down is banned. Revivify is not. I don't know if there's a way to find a Revivify in here. Ugh. Okay. Oh, wait. That... No dog attacked successfully, at least. I don't think that counts. I wonder if the Sales Ghost sells Revivifies. No. Okay. Quite a team I've got here with these bands. It's actually pretty close to how most people would want to play with them, I think. No escape. No forward escape. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Let's use the detach rear train cars button. Looks a little different than on the Super Nintendo. Now let's use the detach rear train cars button again. These guys are more buff than I remember. This might have been a little dumb, because there's, like, free food very soon. I probably could have just not done this. Not used a tent. Oh well. If that's the biggest mistake I've made so far, then I'm doing an incredible job. Food car. No need. We don't benefit from earrings anymore. It would be nice if we did, but we do not. Is this Siegfried? What's he called? Is he called Siegfried? On guard. Go, guys. Ha. 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 What the heck was that? Do, 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 do. Oh, that's... Oh, so funny. He cast Drain on the undead guy. Don't do that. If you're ever in a situation where you can cast Drain and you're not sure if you're maybe targeting an undead person, don't do it. I mean in real life. Oof. Ugh. It's really too bad that had to happen in that particular battle. Very silly. A hyper risk that I can't use, but it's worth a lot of money. Okay, so... Ghost is dead. Phoenix down. Sniper Eye. Sniper Eye might actually be useful. Okay. Is next the tent car? It is. Okay, so I'm just going to use a tent and everything's going to be grand. I think this revives everybody. Let's double check. Otherwise, we're going to go back to the food car. Yeah, so we were fighting that chest monster and beat it with like 6 HP left or something like that. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, just kept countering, because that's what it does. And... La, 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 la. Okay, time to win without... Uh-oh. Oh, no dog block. Or no dog counter. Like, there's no reason to use the other two sword techs, I don't think. Maybe Slash works on this guy? I don't really remember. Whoa. That looks crazy. I've been using the word crazy a lot. That's one of those things that I've been told people use as pejorative. I can tell you, I mean well. And I work on my words from time to time, but that one hasn't happened yet. I won! Oh, great. Okay. It does seem like after I take a screenshot, the stream breaks. I don't know if that could be just the processes of capturing screen activity are interfering with each other somehow. I don't remember that happening in previous things I've done that required screen capping. Oh well. Okay, Phantom Train was not bad at all. Like, it's funny because the Have Shadow Throw, Have Cyan use Sword Tech thing, and Sabin being functionally limited to pummeling. Right now, that's like almost the best case scenario for what you would be doing in the game. In the future, it's not always going to feel like the best thing. Bonk. Oh. I can cure this out of battle. I think. Like, I guess this is useful, because he's got a black belt on. It does something. Okay. Here we go. I'm a little poisoned, but that's fine. More like Baram Falls. Ukraine? The game itself used the pejorative originally. Well, I guess I may as well just attack. This is one of those ones where, like, when the big fish shows up is time-based. So I was, like, technically leaving one fish and defending is the more efficient option. But it's not going to make sense if Cyan's got a chance to counter. Here is the big fish that I was speaking of. As long as he doesn't use El Nino, no problem at all. He didn't use El Nino. It was no problem at all. I like that the map is named Riverside. Oh, I guess I need to hit him. Because I don't have any meat. Today, I was driving with friends, because I was away for a while. And we were talking about this a little bit, and someone said it would be interesting to ban buying items. I said, technically, the game is fully impossible under those conditions. You must buy one dry meat to win the game. Anyway, I'm not considering that part of the challenge, obviously. Do I care? I guess I do care about this. I might care about this? Whatever. I don't know if I care about any of these. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Okay. Do I want these? For Pantsless Edgar? I don't know. Hyper Wrist, Trash Wrist is more like it. The Ashura will never be useful. Maybe I want to throw. I don't know. Barrier Ring I can never use, and Mithril Glove I can never use. This feels like fraud. Is this fraud? Does the thing still exist where, like, if you talk to the guy who shows you the Serpent Trench, it counts as the letter being sent? So this is the Serpent Trench. It is still the case. Learn about the Serpent Trench again. We're gonna learn about the Serpent Trench again. The reason I'm doing this, in case it isn't clear, is that I thought the Tintenabulum or Tintenabar might be useful, considering I'm only allowed to use relics that don't have stat bonuses attached. Do 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 do. Using relics without stat bonuses attached. I think it's probably as useful as some of the crap that Cyan and Savin have on right now. Especially, you know, I talk about my lack of access to healing and whatnot. We're gonna learn about the Serpent Trench for a third time today. It's too bad. Oh, I went too far. I was gonna sneak in the door before the guy. How do you, what's next? How many of these do I have to do? Oops. Okay, that time I actually didn't mean to. I was going to try exiting town instead, because I have a feeling that might be faster than this. Oh, well. A book? Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna leave town and come back. I think it's faster. I think it's faster. Tintinabulum, the cat's bell. I can't use that, but I can use this. So, does it make any sense at all to get rages? Gao can't use the back row. He can't use rages for monsters with letter L through Z. Like, he might just be really hard to use. He might just be a designated caster when the time comes. Is the Cyan rule going to make anything dumb about, like, using items? The only actions he can take in battle are Sword Tech Bushido and casting the quick spell. So, Sabin's going to have to be the one to use the item. I'll try not to press up. What? That's weird. This cuts to a whole different scene? Doo-doo-doo. Hulak, he bad man? Maybe he tried to steal Gao's treasure. Yeah. Carry on. This is pretty good. The original has its charm, too. Okay, I should probably do a little bit of rage grind. Kind of makes sense to give him earring. Maybe it makes sense to give him this too. Sure. He can do magic-y things, right? I forget if these are useful or not. Oh. First letter L. Didn't need those. I could use Bandit. It'd be kind of neat to encounter another Telstar, get a Green Beret, but it's not really worthy of a grind. Well, this guy's letter A. He's not useful. Man, I wish this was alphabetized. Like, we're not gaining levels from this. So, what is it I'm holding out for? Can't use Stray Cat. What's really good that you can get on the Velda in the first pass? Is Marshall? He's guard leader, right? Oh, this is Telstar. Okay. This isn't so bad. Oops, I didn't know that was going to be gravity. That's useless. Well, that was nice and strong. Wonder why. Oh, I guess it's just a function of his battle power. Green Beret! Super cool. What's the other, like... There's, like, one other good rage you can get when you're first here, right? I don't even know if I fought a Stray Cat. I don't think I did. Maybe we should just get out of here. We'll see what happens on the way, but I don't think I'm sticking around. I mean, is this useful? This might be useful. It legitimately might. Does it use Tech Barrier? Tech Barrier's kind of neat. Maybe it just uses Tech Laser. But it sets some status. Okay. I don't even know what I'm doing with Gao, but we're just going to be cool with it. Everyone, stick your heads in. This game is absurd, man. Like, Final Fantasy V did have some elements of you really need to suspend some disbelief. But this game dialed that up a bit with the fight on the waterfall and the fight on the train track and the jump in the rapids to cross the ocean. What is that? It goes Belmodar and then he doesn't do anything. That's not... Okay. Like, it consumes a turn to rage? Or well, he was active right away. I guess I'm just not getting good luck with his actual actions. Like, he kept his ATB bar full, but he didn't jump into something right away. There's a lot of random targeting happening here. You don't want that eel guy sitting around on his own for a long time. Okay, Belmodar's a pretty good choice. I thought that. I didn't pick it randomly. I was pretty sure that was a lightning attack. So this counts as steps for Gao. Yeah, he's already got full hit points. I don't know if the underwater part does. Up the stairs to the middle of the ocean. There's probably nothing amazingly useful here, but we'll give a look. You're obligated to buy from me now. Poison and darkness. It's not trash, but it's not great. Doesn't need it. Do any of these boxes have treasure? I don't think they do here. Everyone leaves their treasure in boxes in Figaro. That's the big win here. I like the idea of encountering a stray cat, but it's pretty pointless. Really. I think we're just going to take the boat and be done. I think I might need to save before the battle and be done for now. I'm not feeling my best. I won't go into detail, but I feel like it's time to be done. Oh, Sir Gao. They're not treating you very well. That's a lot different than what he said originally. Defer to my brother on this one. Doesn't even sound like 7, does it? Yeah, I think I'm going to stop the stream now. I'm just going to save right before this battle. I'm just going to save at the save point. But I'm going to be done now. So we'll just save this little bit of cutscene and whatever. This is a good start. I'm going to hack together a video out of this because the stream dropped so many times. It'll be fine. Drop it on YouTube for cataloging's sake. Some people watch them, but whatever. And then we'll keep going with this. I'm enjoying these bands. It's going to get more interesting from here, I think, too. The beginning of the game still just kind of felt like the beginning of the game. Well, for now, I guess. Bye. Thanks for watching.